This week, we're talking the movie that broke new ground with its special effects. That's right, Evil Toons. We're jumping into Fred Olen Ray bag again with this movie from the 80s. And it is very 80s. We start out with David Carradine going to a house with a book that has a face on it. Looks kind of like the Necronomicon, but it changed it just enough to not get sued. And he goes in this house in the basement. We see a noose and he hangs himself, saying, "This is the end of you, book." And the book vows it's not over yet. Then we go into the future with the house for sale, and someone has spray painted on a for sale sign, "Call Satan." But apparently, this house is haunted now. And a van pulls up, and we see Dick Miller from Gremlins getting out. His character's name is Bert. I don't remember the last name of him. I know that's a long name, but you'll just have to get used to it. And he lets some women out of the back seat, some sorority girls, who he's paying $100 this weekend, $100 each, to stay this weekend and clean the joint up. And as soon as they bend down to get the stuff out of the back seat, checks out their asses. Don't worry, all the men in this movie are pigs. Even the cartoon man. He tells them no funny business, no men, no parties, just clean the house. And so they get to work, bring the stuff in. Then they send Megan, the nerdy girl, back out to get the bags. And we meet Mr. Henchlow, the guy with the phone down the street, because there's no phone in the house. And he's here to meet the girls because he's seen them getting out of the van. And he goes in to meet the girls, and he immediately stares at their breasts, claiming he's memorizing their faces in case he has to identify their bodies. I don't know what breasts have to do with faces. Apparently, if he had to identify them, he'd have to identify them by their cleavage, which would be quite interesting. So they get down to work cleaning the basement, and they find a chest, which they can't read the inscription, but the inscription says something like this to us. That does appear to English to us. Like, "Do not open this box ever, for God's sakes." And they open it, and they found a mysterious dagger and a mysterious shroud. And then they go upstairs and have some beers, have some food, and the black-haired girl named Roxanne starts dancing for us and taking her top off. Because she's Roxanne, and she wants to show how she got the captain of the football team. And then she brings Megan over to us, and she starts showing Megan how to dance. But Megan doesn't take her top off yet. And then they get a delivery at the doors after Megan runs upstairs, ashamed of their dancing, for some reason, from David Carradine, who says, "Delivery." They say they're not the owners of the home. And David Carradine picks up their hand and says, "Delivery," and leaves. Even though David Carradine is supposed to be dead, he is a ghost. They open the delivery, thinking it might be perishable because it says "open immediately," and see strange writing and strange pictures. They say maybe Megan, who's an egghead, can read the writing. And Roxanne goes up to get her, at which point we see Megan taking her clothes off and see her breasts. So far we've seen two girls' breasts. Don't worry, we get to see all the girls' breasts in this movie. Several of the girls, more than once we get to see their breasts. Proving Fred Olen Ray is a genius. Well, Roxanne gets Megan, and Megan comes down and reads one of the inscriptions saying it's in ancient Latin. How she speaks ancient Latin, apparently they teach that at the school. And reads the inscription, which I don't remember what it says, but it summons a demon, which we do not see right away. as the girls decide to go up to bed, all except for Roxanne, who is waiting for her boyfriend to show up. As the other three girls go upstairs, Megan is in a long shirt. The other two girls, Terry and Jan, put on lingerie. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I don't think women, when they're sleeping on sleeping bags with other women, and they're not trying to impress anyone, sleep in lingerie. Maybe some of my female fans can answer this. Oh yeah, I don't have any female fans. Only like 2 people watch these videos. Maybe I should post this to some group or something. But if anyone could answer that, if women just sleep in lingerie all the time, feel free to answer it. Roxanne tries to open wine, and we get a 5-minute montage as they're opening the wine bottle, while the Toon comes to life from the book, and is a cartoon character, and stares at Roxanne before eventually eating her and killing her. At which point Megan hears her screaming and goes downstairs to check on her, and seeing Roxanne covered with blood, Roxanne says she cut herself on wine and sends Megan back upstairs. To which Biff, Megan's boyfriend, knocks at the door. Biff comes in and Roxanne immediately eats him at the neck because it's not Roxanne, it's the Toon. Megan goes downstairs again and finds Biff's body under a shroud, at which point she screams and the other two girls come downstairs. And then they go looking. Still got a bit of a bug. And then they go looking, and then we go to Bert, who gets a call from Mr. Hinchlow, and he's watching some weird movie. I don't recognize it. Should have stayed through the credits and seen what it was. But anyways, the girls are screaming at the top of their lungs, and he's seen a boy in her. Well, Bert's wife reminds Bert that it's Friday night, which is apparently their sex night, but Bert has to go. After we see Bert's wife's tits. And then we see Bert's wife go in her bedroom and start what sounds like a lawnmower. And Bert warns her, "You're going to hurt yourself with that thing." So then Bert shows up at the door. And Bert wants to come in and check out the place, but the girls have to hide the body, telling Bert they're not dressed. Roxanne then goes and gets Bert and takes him to the basement and kills him. Because remember, Roxanne's the evil Toon. I'll call her Evil Toon Roxanne from now on. I will call her Evil Toon Roxanne. So then the girls go looking for Bert, and they go to the basement. Or does Roxanne come in and take the girls to... I think about Evil Toon Roxanne takes the girls to the basement. And Evil Toon Roxanne reveals that she's evil and eats Jan. And then Terry, the leader, who is fearless, and Meg run upstairs looking for the dagger, because Meg read in the book that the dagger can kill the Evil Toon Roxanne, but the dagger is missing. There's only the dagger, or maybe a man's penis shaped like a dagger, can kill Evil Toon Roxanne. So then Terry says, "Well, we'll have to kill her with this fireplace poker." And they go upstairs because Evil Toon Roxanne is upstairs, and Terry gets eaten. And then Meg proceeds to fall down the stairs, at which point Evil Toon Roxanne starts heading down the stairs, and enter David Carradine with the dagger. to kill Evil Toon Roxanne. And they struggle. And it looks like David Carradine's going to get it. But Meg bashes Evil Toon Roxanne upside the head with the wine bottle. And David Carradine stabs Evil Toon Roxanne with the knife. And she turns back into the cartoon character who's trying to get back into the book. Meg then burns the book. And the Toon is gone for good. And then David Carradine burns the soul shroud, which will send people's soul to Satan. I did not say it. Sends people's soul to Satan. That's almost like a damn tongue twister there. David Carradine explains that his name is Gideon Fist, and he brought the book to America, seeking knowledge, but turned out to just bring trouble. How many horror movies have started out like that? I can name at least 12. I'm not going to because this video is running long anyways. And I forgot like 12 minutes. I've got like 15 minutes of the movie. Anyways, Meg goes to sleep and everybody's alive now. And Mr. Henslow's over with coffee and his TV so they can watch cartoons. Because it's Saturday morning. This is a good movie. It's kind of weird, but we see lots of tits, which makes up for any weirdness. I give it 12 out of 10 stars. Check it out. Evil Toons. It's on Freevee. It's on Tubi. I think it's on Pluto too. Not real sure. I forgot to look up wherever. I know it's on Freevee and Tubi. Next week, we're going real weird with The Thingy, Confessions of a Teenage Placenta. That movie is real weird. So next week, we're going super weird. Come back next week.